Guys, I explored an infamous crime scene that was featured on Unsolved Mysteries that aired in the 90s, and I'm going to take you there with me right about now. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Get Real Vlogs with Dean. Today, I'm on an adventure near the Stanton area in the George Washington National Forest to a place called Elkhorn Lake. And you're thinking, okay, Dean, a lake, cool. What's so interesting about it? Well, once again, guys, we have another murder that happened just miles from where the last murder video I showed you, Braley Pond. I don't know what's up with this place and murders in the middle of the woods, but I'm not sticking around for one to see one. So JJ's here with me. He's the one who's showing me this area. So with that being said, let's go check out Elkhorn Lake and learn a little bit more about this sad murder. Stick with me on this, guys, because it might get a little confusing and might be a little lengthy. In 1992, Tommy Wheeler was found in his car, shot 7 times in his head and chest at Elkhorn Lake. Whoever did this went to great lengths to try to cover up any evidence because they stuck toilet paper into where you pump the gas and tried to light a cigarette, I guess, to set the car on fire. But it didn't necessarily blow up or do anything. It didn't catch on fire at all. The guy escaped. This brought in 3 different suspects. We have Bob Bean, Pat Sneed, and Tommy's twin brother, Danny Wheeler. Okay, so the story goes like this. Tommy was living in an apartment with the woman that I just named Pat, and Bob Bean is the former husband of Pat. I guess they all started pointing fingers at each other. The twin brother thought it was Bob because maybe he was jealous that, you know, he was living with his ex-wife. But according to Bob, he wasn't jealous whatsoever. Bob thought it could have been Pat, because supposedly his kids said that they went to a mountain when Tommy died. But, you know, you can't believe little kids. They don't know what they're talking about. Then it started getting pointed to his brother because he was jealous of Tommy and Pat. It caused a big mess, and all of them had an alibi. Then they thought, you know, Bob hired a hitman to kill Tommy because they found one of Bob's sons taking pictures of Tommy at 5:30 in the morning. Well, it ends up that this caused so much problems before the death that Tommy, you know, he just started sleeping in his car because there was a court order because Bob didn't want him living with Pat because his little kids were there, and he didn't think that was right. So he slept in his car one night and he decided, you know, I'm going to go up to Elkhorn Lake to sleep, wake up really early to fish. And that's the night that he was shot and murdered. And, you know, after all this, it took until 1998 when they hired a private investigator, and they found out a guy named, with the last name of Price. Random act of violence, just trying to rob Tommy. It was no motive, and that's really sad. And they found him years later. They confirmed it was him. A guy kind of ratted him out because he was with him when it happened. And he got, I believe, life in prison, so that's good. So here's a little bit more of the lake, now that you know the story of it. Okay, guys, so we're now walking to the lake. This is not a pond this time, this is a lake. It's a lot bigger. It's called Elkhorn Lake, a little up the road from Braley Pond. So we're walking this small little muddy dirt path. Oh goodness, now this is real creepy looking. And we're now gonna take a big old view at this lake. A lot more fog here and a lot more higher up in the mountains too. You can barely see that side above the tree line. Looks like right at the edge of the lake, someone was camping out, ready to catch some fish. So this place is really famous for having canoers and kayakers. Here's a little dock to take your little kayak out on. Believe it or not, there was still someone freaking kayaking in this weather. It is cold today, guys. Oh, you're fishing in the kayak?
Yeah, they're fishing.
Guys, it is cold out today. We have people fishing. We have people in a kayak fishing. I'm only out here for content. Other than that.
Load the story.
Okay, guys, so JJ's showing me a little path that I believe probably goes around the whole lake. Does it go around the whole lake, probably?
Yeah, it does. It
okay.
can go all the way down there.
So you can, it's welcome. Almost slipped again.
Well, I don't think you can go on the other side across right there. I don't think you can go over there.
Okay.
I've never been over there.
So there's a path that leads around a lot of the lake. We've seen more fishermen fishing their little hearts out. So that wasn't a canoe or kayak. It's a boat, guys. A boat that's powered electrically, like gasoline. And yeah, guys, so if you've seen Lake Arrowhead, I think this is probably maybe the same size. Maybe a little bigger. Maybe a little bit bigger. But yeah, so this place too is infamous for a reason too. Just like Braley Pond, a little bit up the road, another eerie, sad murder happened. Okay guys, so behind me is Elkhorn Lake. And the story goes, and this is also a true story, and fun fact, it was on Unsolved Mysteries. Not the newer one, but the older one.
With Robert Stat.
With Robert who?
Robert Stat.
Robert Stat?
I think that's his last name.
Something like that. Mr. Old Robert. I'm sure people a little bit older than me remember that show. I kind of remember it too. My parents used to watch. So JJ, like, what do you think about this place? Like, what are your feelings? Does it creep you out? Is it just kind of like... No, not like Braley.
No,
Braley had
like
the little feeling to it.
This is more for kayakers and fishermen.
It's actually like people here, they probably don't even know about what happened, to be honest.
I think
if
it
you're not
happened
local.
in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. It was like late 80s.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. So it's been a long time since it happened, and it's very, very family oriented, and it's a cool place to come.
Yeah,
with your family
the feel isn't creepy at all. It feels like family. The rain kind of puts a little damper on this because we are getting not just wet from the rain, and it's picking up.
Yeah, it's picking up.
Oh crap! All right,
yeah,
guys, I'm gonna have to shut off the camera because what the heck? Okay, that was weird.
It was a tree.
It was a tree. I figured it was the tree.
It was the tree.
All right. But yeah, it's raining. It's putting a little damper on it, but you know, nothing that's gonna make us melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. But we're gonna go to the parking lot, and I'm gonna show you guys around where this guy was parked. So they recently widened the parking lot more, but right here is about where his car would have been parked where this happened. Do you know where they found his body from?
It was in his car.
They found his body in the car. They didn't even dispose of the body in the lake. They kept him in the car. They found him there, shot 7 times in the face. It's very sad stuff. Thank you guys once again for watching another episode of Get Real Vlogs. It's getting more rainy, so me and JJ are going to head out. We're going to go game for a little bit, play some Mario, play some old school gaming. Be sure to check out JJ's channel. I'll leave that in the description. And big news for him too. So you guys know I've been doing my gaming videos. Well, I didn't have to do much convincing for JJ to buy a Chromebook of his own. He's excited.
Yeah, starting tonight.
He's going to start tonight. He's probably going to start, I'm not going to give it away, but it's a game that's really old school for the Nintendo. So we're excited to see that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.